Hello, welcome, hi. This is today's daily exercise, and we're going to be walking the path of the magician today. I've got the magician cards here to remind you what it's about. And I also have the bottle, which is the blue, deep magenta. Just before I started talking, I put the pomander around me. I put drop of magenta, 3 drops of blue. Um, there's one interesting thing about that which I wanted to share. And I suggest you use deep magenta and blue if you have it for this. From the crown, spiritual world, coming down through the royal blue, which is the color on top of the Fool, the spiritual rescue, that's the Fool path, we're bringing something out of the spiritual world to come into, and it's coming into the human chakra system. Of course, the royal blue is also in the chakra system. Crown at the top, brow, throat. Violet opens to the spiritual dimension. Royal blue is a doorway through which spirit steps into this world. We can use the royal blue from here to step into the spiritual world, but equally from the spiritual world, through the royal blue, something descends into this world, and then it comes to the blue throat chakra first. The throat is where we can speak, we express, we can speak something into being. I'm swallowing as I say that, but we can speak things into being. That's kind of interesting because when you swallow something, you're not really giving it the chance to come out into the light of day. You're swallowing something back down inside. You're holding something back. If you let it out, what do you want? What do you wish for? Let it out. Speak it. It has a chance to that resonance of vibration that you speak out into the world has a chance to manifest something, to bring something to earth. You create a vibration in the atmosphere that's inviting a possibility to be grounded. So I have an example of this. When I was yesterday for the Fool, I went out for a walk and I had this idea about the sea, and I ended up at Devora, the Garden of Devora, for a little while, and I was in the elements, the big wind of yesterday. I went for a walk again this evening, and I wanted to see if I'd have a magician experience, and I think I did in a way. What I did was, there's someone I've been wanting to meet these last couple of weeks. They live in the village. I don't know them well enough to go and knock on their door though. So I've been hoping that I'll run into them. And as I went for a walk today, I thought, I hope, I wish. So hope is a green thing. Wish is kind of a bit more blue. Will is the strong blue of the magician. I wasn't at the will stage. I will see this person, because in a way that would mean that I'd need to go and knock on the door, because then it's definite that I will meet them. I had a wish to meet them. So it's moving. It's in the blue area, but it was like not as strong as the will. But I had a wish to meet them. And on the way out of walking, I walked past the house. Strangely, I heard her, it's a lady, I heard her voice from behind her garden gate, her back garden gate. I don't know her well enough to go and call over the gate, so I didn't disturb. And I just carried on my walk. But I was thinking, that's already quite, I had a chance. The universe gave me a chance there. Anyway, I walked further and I walked around for another 15 or so minutes. But I chose to walk back past the house because I thought, I'm giving the chance for my wish to come true. And swallowing again. And as I got approached her house, she was outside loading her car. She was putting stuff in her car to take. She was tomorrow. She was going somewhere, and she needed to take these things with her. So I got to see her. So she was out. So it's funny how the universe works, isn't it? I had a wish, and I was in the right place at the right time for my wish to come true. Did I call her out? Did I put myself in the right place? Did the universe just put us together? That was like the grounding of a wish. So that was a magician. So it's a little wish. And sometimes you hear stories about people who I'm going to ask the angels to help me find a parking space when I'm going shopping today, so that when I get to the shops, there's a space to park my car just outside where I want to be. Similar kind of idea. It's kind of a little wish, but we're putting something out to the universe. We're putting something out, a wish for something that we would like to see happen. In a kind of, I've got this picture behind me, you can see that's the spiritual part at the top of the tree. That's Kether in the middle there. Kether is the totality of spirit. I think in some ways, when I drew the picture yesterday and I drew that kind of larger circle I have to stand up for this. Here's Kether. I did a larger circle around Kether, including here and here and here. And in a way, this is all Kether, this is all the spiritual world, but now you see a bit more detail. And first you had yesterday the Fool. No boundaries. The Fool has no boundaries. It's the nothing that expands to everything. So the Fool leads to the expansive energy, the plus energy. Just clear this up a little bit. So the Fool leads to expanding, and the Magician leads to contracting. And it's kind of energy and matter is condensed energy. So you have the mother, which allows the physical to come into being. But we're also talking about something else here. We're talking about a contracting of possibility. Over on the side of the Fool, everything is possible. But there's no plan. There's no preference. Here or there, it's all the same. The Fool has no plan. Doesn't matter where or what he does or where he goes. But on the side of the Magician, there's a contraction of all the things that are possible, could be possible. Let's come to one thing that I want to make happen. So you have to step out of totality of possibility, which the Fool has, and you have to step into, I want one thing to happen. Of all the things that could happen, I'm choosing one thing. Number one. The Magician is number one. And he has that wand, that pointer to focus on something. I want to focus on this. Not everything else. I want to focus on this. So that's the power of the Magician. When you think about Aladdin, the inner child card, the genie appears from the bottle. Usually it's 3 wishes. I'll give you 3 wishes, but let's say it's 1 wish. I'll give you 1 wish. What would it be? Now you've got to, oh, I could have this, I could have that, I could have the other. And now we're focusing onto one thing, but what do you really want? And that's kind of going a bit deeper now. The magician who does tricks and makes many things happen, but what's the one thing you really want to make happen? What do you really, really wish for? In a way, that's the deeper. If we can align, if we can connect with that deeper energy of wish, when we come down the tree, that's the spiritual world at the top there. As we come down and down and down, there are many things to distract us. So many opportunities, so many people to meet, so many different foods to try, so many films to watch, so much to do, so much distraction. What's the one thing? What's the one thing that you contract? At the deepest level, what's your contraction? If I could only do one thing, what would it be? And then you have that focus of attention, which is what the magician has. Or, as in the Orosoma card, so here you see like he's, this photo, I'm going to take the possibility and I'm going to bring it to earth. Or here, the Orosoma, everything in me is aligned with this one wish. I can't be wanting this and that and, different chakras, no, everything's aligned with the one wish. That's the power of the magician, to be focused. Good luck today. Make a wish. Contract your will. So wishing leads to willing. Willing is stronger than wishing. Just, what What would you wish for? Could be a small thing. Have a little practice. Practice your magician power. Good luck. I'm going to have to find my stop. Good luck.